talk about what you got. There's a time and a place for that, for you to know what you have. You have to know what you have, because if you don't know what you have, you don't know what you got. Somebody else is going to tell you it, and it's probably not a true story, right? It's probably not your story. It's probably their story. So it's really easy for people to say they think they know what you have. It's easy for them to say, she's got it good, or he's got it good, but they don't see the ashes that you came from. That's what came to me today in my morning prayer, was the vision of the Tarot card, the Tower card. My favorite part of the deck is the major arcana part, and there's a card called the Tower, okay, and it's a lot of similarities to a tower that you Bible knowledge people can connect to. Remember I said you can have your tarot cards and your Bible. That's the place where we can be real and do this. It's all connected. I'm going to keep throwing that out there until you all hear me. And so we have the Tower card, and that's what came to me, and it's a vision of a tower burning to the ground. And when I see that card, it's always a reminder from Spirit that sometimes we have to be torn down to rebuild our foundation. But when things burn to the ground, you have ash left, right? You have the vision of the phoenix, if we know the story of the phoenix, the bird that, from ashes will rebirth itself. It's part of the zodiac. Scorpio, one of my favorites of the zodiac, very intense, but oh God, I gotta love them. And so all of that came to me, and it was like, people can say they know you, or they can have a perception of you having a certain thing or doing a certain thing, but they don't see the ashes that you came from. And so today I want to tell you, I see your ashes. I know the struggles. I can imagine the struggles, and I probably know some personally that have brought you to ashes. 2020 brought a lot of us to ashes. 2021 may bring a lot of us to ashes. There are experiences in our life that God brings us to ashes because He needs us to be nothing so that He can show us that we're something. Do you hear that? We have to be empty, and we have to be ashes, because only from that void, something that we have no idea how we're going to come back from or rebuild from, or something so hard we don't know how we're going to face it or trust it, in those moments, that's when God says, now I got something to work with, because your ego's gone. You lose that job, and you lose that Mercedes, and you lose that nice house, or you lose your family, right? We can blame it on choices, and we can blame it on all these things, but reality is we're in this school called life, and we're going to go through these things because there's an illusion of control. All my followers know that's my thing, right? And we go through them to be torn down so that we can be rebuilt, like the Tower of the Tarot, that we can come back from being burned to ashes, from nothing. The phoenix can return back and be rebirthed. And there's all of these examples across religion and spirituality and tools, Bible, card, all these stories of these experiences of people through history, through a lifetime of saying that they were nothing until they were something. There's someone right now at home who's sitting there not understanding how they can be anything from the moment that they're sitting in right now. Like, where would we ever get to there from here? You know, I don't have the money or the time or the knowledge or the help or the support or the love, right? How do I get from here? Well, honey, you're just ashes right now. That's what I'm telling you. You're just ashes. But the ashes don't stay ashes. You're either turning into that phoenix, or you're having your tower rebuilt for you. We don't know yet, maybe, what you are going to become, but we know right now that you're empty and you're ashes. And I'm saying now that is the time that we embrace those things. So when we feel like we're empty and we're ashes, we feel lost. But what we do in those moments will predict, how we make it through that shift from ashes into the phoenix, or the tower being rebuilt. And I am here to tell you that in the ashes is when spirit gets to work with you. When they get to mold you into who you're supposed to be, maybe not who you want to be or who people saw you as, but who you were born to be. So if you're in the ashes, be happy about it. Just for a moment, let yourself say, in the ashes, from the ashes, I become greatness. And no one may see the ashes I came from. They'll never understand the ashes I came from that got me on the path that I am now, but I know the ashes I came from. So remember, people, when you're out there and we're looking at this person and that person, and we're thinking they have this and we don't have this, and I wish I had that, and man, they're doing great. You don't know the ashes they came from. So tune in to your own ashes. Be real with what that looks like for you. And then enjoy the ride as you get rebuilt from the ashes.